Hello everyone, I'm Laurel and welcome to my channel. Today is day 27 of 30 Days of Resin. We're almost at the end, but I do hope you're enjoying some of the other videos and I hope you enjoy this video. Today I thought we would make some of those long crystal type molds. I don't know if you've seen these. One is like a hexagon, there's a circle, square. This one's like a diamond shape, and this one is a triangle. Now this one looks more like the hexagon looks more like those crystals that you buy in the store with the wire wrapping. It does go to a point. These other ones, they look flat, but I'm not really sure. They look like they have flat bottoms. So I thought we would do those today. And then I brought out a variety of different things that we can just stuff into that. We have hearts and bows and flowers, and these are flowers, and these are like glitter flowers. And this is like sequins, and then these little diamonds. I know once you put them in clear resin, they lose their luster, but I thought maybe it would just add a pop of color to that. I have some silver foil. I have these holographic foils in different colors. It's like a holographic foil glitter. And then of course my UV resin. And I have some tweezers to help me get stuff in there. And also my mixing tools so I can just like shove everything down in there. So let's get started. Okay, so I grabbed a couple more foils. I got gold, and I don't know if this is rose gold or copper, but I grabbed those. And I also grabbed myself a cup of tea. So let's see. I don't even know where to begin, what to take out first. If you've made these before, please comment and let me know what you've used in them. I have made a couple of these before. I think one, I might have a video on it. I'm pretty sure I do. I made one with like little teeny cats in it, little black cats. And the way I did that was when you buy the set, you get, oh gosh, let me see if I can get them out. These teeny tiny little molds. Like they literally take like a couple drops of resin. So you get a square, a triangle, hexagon, and the little kitty. I actually drew little faces on these on these kitties. But it came out really cute. And then I made a pair of little kitty post earrings with that. It was really sweet looking. So let's see, we've got 5 molds and they all have to stand up. So we'll just stand them up. Now I like experimenting with things, with like adding different things to molds. But I also like to give a finished product. I don't like just saying, oh, make this, and then you're stuck with this, and you're like, well, what do I do with that now? So I will show you how to make pendants out of these. You could probably make earrings out of these too, if you made like 2 little triangles with some things in there. I think that would be adorable. And plus they're lightweight, so they don't pull on your ears. So let's see. Okay, so we'll add some resin to each one. Not a lot. Maybe I'm going to do it like halfway. because we're going to add stuff, and then I see bubbles. Oh no, I filled that up way too much. So I'm just going to pour this one in here. Okay, there we go. And it's still kind of full, so okay. And it's dripping a little, so I'll have to get that with a baby wipe. You really can't tell how far you're filling it. That's the problem. Oops, I did that one. I just added a couple more drops. Okay. This one I can see, it's half. I don't know if you can see it. Oops, I am making a mess. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those days, I guess. I just don't want any messes while I'm doing this, because then I get my hands in it, and yeah, we don't want that. I don't like getting messy when using this. You should wear gloves. I don't wear gloves because of the fact that if I get it on the gloves and I don't notice it on the gloves, and I can't feel it on the gloves, obviously, I would touch my camera equipment. And I do not want this on my camera equipment. I paid a lot of money for it. I don't want resin on my camera equipment, especially my lens or my camera itself, especially when you're pressing the button. I've had the equipment for a very long time. I did not purchase camera equipment for making the videos. I actually purchased it because I was doing nature photography. If any of you are interested in any of that, there's links in my description box for Fine Art America and Redbubble, and I believe I have more photographs on Redbubble than I do Fine Art America. And then there's also some of my artwork. I do graphite drawings, portraits, and those are on there. So let's see, what do we want to start with? I'm not really sure. Let's do some of this pink. I'm really not one for going back and forth and you know what I mean? But I like working on one project, and then if I go to the next I do, but I'm gonna do all 5 just little by little, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, so I'm not actually putting this down into the resin. I'm just like kind of filling the top area, and then I will push it down in a second. I'll get these, maybe these little pieces, and put them in. I don't like wasting stuff, especially this stuff, because it's so cool looking, and you know, I just don't want to end up throwing it out. Okay, I think this round one, I'm going to put some of this, I think it's turquoise. Oops, and it all came out. And I'm just going to push that in there. And it's just sitting on top of that resin. I didn't do anything yet. Well, this got all over the place. Oh boy. I don't want to be too messy today. Okay, so we got pink and we've got the blue, or the turquoise. We can put, we've got these like pink sparkly flowers. I think there's butterflies in here. There's bunnies, butterflies. Let's see, flowers. This is a, I think a different, oh, this is a larger butterfly. And then we have some hearts. So, let me see. We have some hearts in here. So what we could do is take some of these hearts, and I'm just gonna take a bunch. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm just gonna stick them in there because we're gonna kind of swirl this stuff around so that it, you know, looks kind of cool. Plus we're gonna add more resin to it. I'm just adding some of these pieces now. Okay, so I'll do the pink heart. Which one's that one? That was black, I think. I'm trying to get the, like, the pretty pinks out. Get the hearts in there. I don't think we need that many, just a few. Okay. And then I'm just going to push all this down. Oops, and knock it out. Oh no, didn't want to do that. Okay. And these popped out, so we'll just drop those in. Probably going to need more resin in there, and maybe I can see them dropping down now. Okay, so see, this just has clear, nope, it has some pink on it, so I'll just wipe that off. And then we'll just push this down in there. Now you can do it another way. You can just, I'll show you. You can just put it in a mixing bowl and just pour it in. I'll just take, let's see, which one? Well, I'll take this one and pour all the resin out. I'll put it in here. I think I got some more in here. And then we'll keep this one for the mixing bowl. And then these I honestly like just to shove those pieces in, because then it's more random. I mean, you can mix it up and it's still random, but this you just don't know how it's going to turn out. Okay, let's see. And I'm just making a mess. All right. Let me just clean this up. I think just clean the top off of this, and then there's some resin right here I need to clean up. Put that back. That's fine. And I'm just going to clean up these bits here. All right. Okay, so the blue one, or turquoise one, I'm going to add some of these flowers in there. And there are some micro beads in here also. So if you want to add those in, that would look really nice. See, there's some little micro beads on there, so just drop it in. Okay, get that in there. And then I'm thinking maybe a few of these glitters I want to put in there too. You can do, you know, pretty much whatever you want. I just want to grab a bunch and drop them in. Okay. And then I'll show you how to do the mixing bowl. Oops. Just put in an amount that you think will fill the mold. And then you gotta find small items on this one because I don't want to put anything too big that won't go in the mold. I'm just picking various little things. There's little hearts, there's all kinds of stuff. There's a little rose. Just whatever you think would look cute in there. Just toss it in. And I think I'll use some of these pink flowers and put those in there. Oops. I got some micro beads. I don't know why I'm having such issues grabbing these things today. Oh, lost one. Fell off the table. Okay, there we go. Oops. Got that. All right, now for that, well, the diamond shaped one, do we want to use this or do we want to use some glitter? I think I'm going to use this just so you can see how it mixes in. That should be enough. And then just move everything aside and then just mix it. Like that. Might need a little bit more so it pours a little better, just a little bit. And of course, if there's leftover, you can just pour it in one of the other ones too. This one, all the pieces are starting to settle down. This one, it's kind of like halfway because I still have to add some more. So we'll take this one, I have a little bit of resin on there. Clean that up. And then we can start pouring this in. Now, because it's so thick and there's so many things in there, we'll probably have to give it a little bit of assistance to pour in. And I think I made just the right amount. Okay, and then with that, let me just take this out of the way. It definitely needs a little more resin in here, so I'll just add some more. And then I'm going to let it set for a little bit, or sit for a little bit, just to make sure that everything goes down and the bubbles come up. And I can't really show you a side view, but it is all filled all the way down. All right, now these are settling. This one I can add a little more to. Not a lot, because I want to still push that stuff around. Let me get this, push this around, kind of swirl it. Now this may give a totally different look. Whoops, I keep knocking them over. That's not good. All right, I'm just kind of moving them around in there. And then I'm gonna add some more. I got a little mess on here, so just wiping off the top. The resin is about 3/4 of the way up. So we can fill that one up. Maybe add a few more items. I don't know, we'll see. I'm thinking maybe add some more of the holographic I'm thinking glitter, foils, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so now I'm just getting my let me just see if I can get these picked up, just because it's got a little bit of resin on it, so they might pick up easy. Okay, so we're going to get variations. The way you do it will just make it look a little different. So we'll have to see what this is going to look like. I'm thinking I still want more, so I'm just going to try my best to just tap some in. That worked. Ugh, why am I having such problems knocking things over today? And then I'm just gonna poke that in and then get a little bit more. This seems to be working pretty good this way, or maybe not. Okay, that's just a mess. So gotta get baby wipe. Wipe this off for sure. Okay, I wiped that off. I think this needs to be wiped off a little bit. Kind of made a mess. And then place this one over here. That's not quite done. I still have to fill some more resin into it. Okay, close this up. I'm just wiping everything off because I don't know if I got resin on it or not, so I might have when I was tapping it in. Okay, there we go. This looks like it's doing pretty good. I'm thinking I'm gonna do another bowl. And you know, I started filling these, maybe I shouldn't have. And this one I'm just going to pour out into the bowl. Okay, that's good. And then there's just a little on the edge, just want to get that off. Add some more. Choose whichever way you want to do it. In any case, it's fun to do. Maybe using the bowl is easier because less mess and you don't have to push all that down into the mold. gonna put some gold flakes in there. I'm just breaking them up and then pushing them in. I think that'll look really pretty. Stuck on my finger. That's the thing with the gold flake. It just, or the gold foil, it just sticks everywhere. Okay. All right. I'll just wipe my fingers off and get my tools cleaned off. All right, I can put this away. I'm thinking some of these like little stones, colored stones, I don't know how they're going to show up in there. Like I said, it may just look like little colored dots. It might not show up as, oops, any kind of rhinestone. I'll get a few more in there. I'm just pouring them out in my hand. If you can't see, just, there we go. That should be a good amount. I just threw a bunch in. Let me see. Let's see what else we got. Let me just put these. Oh, here's a couple stones. There's a stone. I think there's like a few stones in here that might look kind of pretty. Let me just look. Here's one. There's one. Oop, there's one. What else we got? We got a little heart. Could throw that in. Little butterfly. That in there. I don't know if these are going to show up now. I'm just, you know, putting them in, hoping that they do show up. Let's see. Oh, little daisy. There's a moon. That's kind of neat. And a little bow. And, oop, I found a rose. Throw that in. And then just put all the rest away. That should be enough. Oh, here's another little rose. I'm finding more little stones, but I think that should be good enough, what we have in there. Oops, dropped one on the floor. Dropping on the floor. Oh boy. All right. There we go. Oh. All right. That was just crazy. Mix that up. That looks good. Ooh, it really does look good. And then, of course, we're going to pour it in. I think there's still some resin in here, so I'm just going to pour this out on top of this one. Top that off. And top this one off. It's only like a few drops, but still. Put that over there. And then we'll start dropping this into the mold. Yeah, I think I definitely like doing it this way. Okay, so I do have a little left over, which I am not going to waste. I gotta make sure that it's settling. Okay, it's taking its time to settle, but it will need extra. I'm just pushing some down, so we can use a little more in there. Get a few more. Oh, and those little rhinestones that I said might lose their luster. I don't know if you can see this one. Still shiny. But we'll have to see after after we take it out of the mold. Okay, this one I filled kind of high, so just set that there. It might settle still. We have a little more left in here, so I'm gonna pour this one in here. And just get all the resin out. And I think I'm going to use, let's see, what did I use so far? Pink, the turquoise, and then that clear one, the clear holographic. Okay, let's see. Now I do have like a blue, which I used in another project. I did my fishbowl pendant with that, and the blue is quite lovely. So we'll do this one, put a little bit in there. Okay, and I'm going to put some silver pieces in here. I'm just going to try to get them out as best as possible. Okay, they're kind of getting all over. All right. And what can we put in this one? We've got the little hearts. Got that. I need more resin in here, definitely. There. We can give that a little swirl. Probably use a little more silver in there. Just take bits out and toss it in. It's not going to hurt it. And then just make sure you get it off the sides. It's very clingy. Got a lot of static cling to those. Now we do have a few little things in there. Okay, I like the way it looks, but I'm thinking I kind of want to add a little pink in there too. Want the blue and the pink. I think that'll look really pretty. I think I need a little more resin in there. Like I said, if you've done these before, please let me know how they turned out. Okay, I don't know if I like the pink in there now. Okay. How about some white flowers to kind of make it look nice. Oops, I gotta wipe these off. One on the ground. Let's see. There. Okay, so everything that we use we could set aside now. I just don't want it to get in the way or... Okay, these are all closed. Did I even use those? Yes, I did. I think I did. Oh boy, it's one of those days. Okay. This one's sticky. Or is it me? Nope. It's the mold, or not the mold, but the jar. Okay, that's the only one. All right, so let's see what we got going here. Okay, so now we can pour this, mix it up with the flowers. Actually, the pink and the blue and the white flowers makes it look really pretty. We may have some leftover, so if we do I'm just going to make another one after oh, that's a big glob. We don't need that. Oh, right over the side. I gotta break that piece up a little bit. Okay, so now with these, when you cure them, they have to be standing up. And we do have leftover. So I'm gonna keep that because I'm gonna make another one afterwards. Actually, I think I got too much in here, so I can take a little out. Okay. I'm just gonna wipe the edge off because I don't want like any little extra on there that I have to sand off or anything. I want to make this easy for myself. Now, these look like they need just another drop. I'm sure they've settled already. And I don't know about that one. Maybe not. I just have to clean this off. Okay. All right, got a couple little guys hanging out here, so we'll get rid of those. Ugh, I'm getting a mess here. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm definitely having a little bit of a mess. Okay, so let me see. My tweezers are over here. I'm thinking I have these, let me see if it'll fit in there. I have these little molds. They do have like a big square mold with these, but I got these extra from something and I don't recall where, but I'm just gonna put that in here and cure it all at the same time. Oh, that's gonna make a really lovely pendant. And then make sure it gets in there. That'll look really nice. I like that. Well, that was a good idea. I wasn't really planning on doing that, but oh, I see what that big glob was. It was one of those little roses I threw in there. I don't know if I can get that in here. Just sink them down. Oop. Don't want to drop that. All right. Hey, that worked out good. Okay, so that is done with. Took care of that really quick. Let me make sure it's not leaking all over the place. There we go. And then I'll set that aside. And okay, so let's see how we're gonna do this. I have to get them kind of all together because my my UV LED lamp is not high, so I'm going to have to, let me see if it'll go over without knocking everything over. Let me see. Okay, it's perfect. So I'm gonna probably do this for about like 3 minutes and then take a look at it, maybe lay it sideways and do it for 3 minutes and kind of keep moving it around just so everything cures all the way through, because there is a lot of stuff in there and you need the resin that's around it to cure. So after it cures this way, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I kind of moved them around to different areas just so that they all get cured. This is just the leftover. I'm just curing that to get it out of the bowls. And then this is here, so I'm going to turn it, oops, this way. They are starting to cure already. So I just wanted to move them around, make sure all the different areas get cured. Okay, so they definitely feel cured, but I'm going to lay them over on their sides like that, just in different directions where the light can hit them. And then this Feels cured. It might need another top layer, but I'll do that after I take it out of here. And I'm just going to cure it and then kind of turn them over a little bit, cure them, turn them over a little bit, and cure them. And so I'll start off, make sure they're all under here. And I'll start off with like 90 seconds, and then I'll turn them a little bit and 90 seconds, just to make sure that every little section of it gets cured. Okay, so it should be cured. I cured it for a while, so I can't tell you how many minutes. I just kept turning it like this and making sure it cured for 90 seconds, and then cured the bottoms. I just put this towards the light, made sure the tops were cured. And this I'm going to take out first. Oop. It's rather pretty. Does need a top layer. It's just very glittery. And those rhinestones I told you about that I thought would lose their luster, they didn't. They actually look kind of good. You can sort of see them through. So let's see what these look like. I hate getting these out. They're so hard to get out. Oh boy. And here it comes. Ooh, this turned out really nice. I don't know if you can see it. You can see those rhinestones there. This one's backwards, so this one looks nice. That really turned out nice. They're kind of up here, so I might have to figure out somehow to get a little bit of a top coat on here, so this is more flat. You could leave it just the way it is and just find an area to drill your hole. I'll show you that in a minute. I pulled out my pliers because I'm going to need that eventually. Once you get them started to come out, they'll pull out. Now this one, the edge is a little sharp, so I might have to file that down and then just do just a little teeny coat like around the edge, because I mean there's a little sharp edge there. It's driving me nuts. It's digging into my finger. So I'm just gonna clip that off. That's why I said to clean off the tops of them if you can. Okay, it's coming, it's coming. I see it releasing. There we go. Okay, this is the one that I was shoving things in. And it's still pretty. But I think like some of these pieces here, I would have liked more in this section, these two sections here. This is the pink one, and this is the one we mixed up in the bowl. Ooh, this one's square. Oh boy. Let's see if we can get this one out. I'm just pushing down so that it kind of pushes it up out of the mold. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's really pretty too. I'm pretty sure that's the one we mixed up, wasn't it? I know we mixed up a couple of them. This is really pretty. I like that. This one was definitely mixed in the bowl. I don't remember. I think maybe this one was one that I was just shoving the pieces down in there. but still turned out really pretty. This one is the diamond shape. This one I did in the bowl. I wish I had more down here, but still. And you can see flowers, you can see hearts in there. And it glitters and shines, so that's all I wanted, really. And this is the triangle. So let's see what happens when we get this one out. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to release at the bottom. Come on. Okay, I can see this one did the same. There's like more clear resin at the bottom, which that's okay. It doesn't really bother me any. Oh, that was a tough one. The top part looks really pretty and glittery. There was a bubble, so I'm just going to fill that in with some clear resin and close that up. None of the other ones had any, I don't think. Oh, this one did a little bit, so I'll put that one with that. This one has a couple little bubbles. You can see them, but there's so much stuff in there that you don't see them. Now this is the one I got to do the top coat on. We'll put that over there. This one seems fine. And when you take them out too, you can tell which is the top and the bottom, because the bottoms are thinner. There's a big bubble there, but I don't really notice any in here. Oh, there's like teeny tiny ones. All right, so now we have to do something with these. I really like those molds. We'll get them back in their little bags so I know where they are. I keep them all together in these like little Ziploc bags. I get these from Dollar Tree in the craft section. They're really nice because you can put your jewelry in it once you're done, especially if you're selling it. You can fit like your jewelry card with the jewelry on it in here. You can put like your glitter in here. You can put whatever you want really in here, because it does come in handy for craft pieces, especially if you have a lot of little ones. And a couple of my molds were tiny molds, and I got them as a set, so I just threw them in one of these bags so it's easy to find. All right, so this one we have to do a top coat on, and this one we have to repair a bubble. That was a bubble. This one I thought maybe doing something with the top. It's not sharp or anything. Maybe a little bit. This one is sharp around the edge, so I'm going to file that. And this one has a little bubble, but for the most part it's okay. So, okay, I'm just going to set this aside for now. So first we'll just do the top coat on this. This is so easy. Just do the top coat on that. And just spread it around. Just don't get it in that little hole. You don't want to fill that in, or you'll have to drill it through again. Okay, so that's done. Now I got a little bit of resin on here, so try to find that hole right there. That's a little bubble. And I'm just going to do this for the bubbles. Just put a little bit here on the side. Find the bubble. And this one's a large one. That's not good. Fill that in. Put that right next to it. And then this one's just a tiny little one, so I'm just going to try to get some in there. Set that next to that one. and then I'm just going to cure for 60 seconds. Okay, so that's cured. Let me check this one. Might need a little bit more. You're just going to add little by little. You don't want to add too much because this is the bigger one. Because if you do, it'll just not look right. So it'll overflow, or oops, I didn't want to do that. Or it will just create another bubble. So you have to be very careful when you're filling in the bubbles. This one actually looks okay. All right, where did I make my mess? I think I dropped it here somewhere. All right, so just gonna cure that for 60 seconds. Okay, so this should be, I do see something I did wrong. I guess it pulled away a little bit over here and made it look kind of funny. So I'm just gonna re-top coat that. There's another little bubbly on this side, I think. I don't know. It looks like a small bubble, so I'm gonna fix that. It's just very small. So I'll just fix that. And then this was the larger bubble, and it looks like it just needs just a touch. And this I have to redo because I messed that up. I know sometimes if you don't put enough, and plus I didn't really look at it carefully, which I should have done, and I just let it go into the hole. So I just messed that up again, but trying to get the edges, move this out of the way a little bit. I pushed it right into the hole, which I did not want to do, but we'll get it curing and then I'll fix it. That should have been cured for 60 seconds, so I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so they're done curing. That looks pretty good. I might have to file it. I might have to file it a little bit. This looks good. I don't think this needs the edges filed. Maybe a little bit. They're a little sharp, and you don't want to hurt anybody with it. This turned out really good. So the next step would be to file. Okay, so this was the worst. Like kind of has a little bit of an overhang. So I just want to get the edges. I don't want to file any of this or any of this because I don't want to mess it up. Now this is a jewelry file. It's very fine. You can also use, you know, a nail file and just do that. Got these at Dollar Tree. You get 2 of them in a pack, and it works just as good as this file. So I'm going to file these down, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so once you get them filed, you can see very little filing. It's just on the edge. And also I did the points, because not so much the points at the bottom because they're okay, but the points on the top, because they were very sharp. And if somebody's wearing your jewelry, you don't want them to get cut in any way. So we'll just do 2 at a time, and I just have these little glass tiles. You can also use an acrylic tile that's for stamping. I just use this also, and it's easy to move things around. But I'm just going to very carefully go around the edge with some resin, just so that you can't see. And it's very little resin, just so you can't see where you filed it. And that looks good. And then I'm just going to place it like this. So it's kind of propped up. And let's see this one. And I see a little bit of a bubble there, so I'm going to repair that while I'm doing this. And here's a bubble down at the bottom too, I just noticed. So while you're doing this, if you see any additional bubbles, just one right there. And then I'm just going to, oops, not place it on the other one. Just going to place it on this one. Okay, I'm going to set these aside, and then I'm going to cure this for about 30 seconds. Okay, so they're all cured. I spared you of me doing the other ones. So I'm just going to remove this from the sticky tack. And then put these away. Okay, so this is done. I think it just looks so pretty. Got the perfect amount of sparkle. This I can clean up because I'm not going to be needing this anymore. So the next step would be how you would want to make it into a necklace. If you do wire wrapping, you can just wire wrap this and it would look lovely. I'm just going to use some eyelet screws. I thought I had some that were smaller than this. I have some chains that are already made up. Let me just check my eyelet screws. Alright, so those are the only eyelet screws I have. I thought I had smaller ones, but this is okay. So we need 2, 4, 5. And we're also going to need some 6mm jump rings, which I have right here. All right, so you'll need one of these handheld rotary tools. They're cordless. I'll put a link in the description. They're great to have, and it comes with a bunch of different little tips, so you don't have to buy this and then go out and get all the little filing bits. Just comes all together in a nice little kit. Now you can see mine's getting kind of used. My little plus sign is pretty well gone. So find the center. I don't know if you can see. Make sure you can. And I'm just going to file down the center. Make sure when you're doing this you get the top, not the bottom. The bottom's the smaller part. Okay. And then when you file down or drill down, make sure you go straight. Don't go off to the side so you have a lopsided eyelet screw in there. I start at an angle and it just makes like a notch. And then I just drill straight down after that. Oh, there's something preventing me from drilling. Oh. And I can't get it out. It got caught on something or other. Okay, if that happens, just do it by hand and then just unscrew it. And there we go. I think it got caught on you know, I have the little hearts and stuff in there, so I think that's what happened. Okay, this is the top. This one might be the same. It's, oh, nope. I felt it catching on something. All right. Let's get a baby wipe. You can wipe this off because it gets very dusty. Move these aside. You can tap them out because they do have a little bit of debris or, you know, or the dust from this. And you can wipe it off if you want. Move that aside. And I'm just going to clean this all up. Get all the dust off of here. Make sure you wear a mask when you're doing this. You don't want to inhale any of that. So now that we have all our holes drilled, I have to make sure I have them in the right direction. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to just do a dab of UV resin here. And then I'm going to take the eyelet screw and put some resin on it. I don't know if you can see it on there. And then I'm going to screw it in. And that's just some added security so you don't lose the eyelet screw at any point. And then the next. Now, if you have trouble trying to get the eyelet screw in, you can use pliers to twist it in, because that might help. Okay, 2 more. Oops. I couldn't even see the hole. It just blended in with all the little pieces of things in there. Okay, get that in there. And then the final one. Okay. The good thing about having so much stuff in there is that when you do screw this in, you can't actually see the screw down there. So that is great. A little bit more. Okay. There. Okay, so now let me just wipe this up. We don't need that there anymore. So we're going to cure this for 60 seconds, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to put the necklace together. Okay, so now they're all cured. We can start putting them together. Now I have the 6mm jump rings for these, and I have a 10mm jump ring for this. Let me get my pliers. And I have the pre-made chains. I'll give you a link for those too. So you just find the opening, open it to the side, place it on your, I guess a crystal. I guess we'll just call it a crystal. Colorful crystals. And then you just put your chain on there right away. Make sure those ends meet and close it up. And then once you get one done, they go pretty fast. That. And then a chain. I mean, you could slide your chain through if you want, but I just find it easier just to do it all at once. It goes pretty quick. Where's the opening? Oh, I have my pliers on the opening. Now you can also buy chains and make your own different lengths. This is 18-inch. So you could do that and just buy the jump rings and the lobster claw clasps, and you can just make them yourself. And just make sure you get sterling silver. That's your best bet, because some of those that I've seen on there, they tarnish or they rust, and believe me, you don't want somebody buying your jewelry and then having it rust. Okay, those are done. Finished with that. Now we can move to this one. Hopefully this will go through. It's a pretty thick necklace, so you might have to work it in there. Yeah, it's pretty thick. This might be good for a pinch bail, which we could do with this. I did that in another video. You just get this to the hole, and you open you're gonna have to straighten it out too, because it gets a little wonky. Straighten it out a little bit and then pinch it into the hole, and then re-straighten it. And it should be secure in there. It feels like it. It's a little crooked, so just take your pliers and just kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then for this, we're just going to have to slip this right on through. So I'm just going to slip this through and then close it up. And there's that necklace. You can also, if you want, you can widen the hole, because if you widen the hole, you have a better chance of getting your 10mm jump ring through that hole. This is the end of day 27 of 30 Days of Resin. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you really like these pendants. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell for notifications of my upcoming videos. In the description box below, you will find links to all the supplies I used today, and you'll also find links to my jewelry, my artwork, and my photography. Thank you again for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.